And so before we begin, I want to introduce you to NoMAA's stroll coordinator and Inwood's own Martin Collins, who, as always, is going to contextualize this. He's going to talk to us about who's powered this. So Martin, go on, set the tone. Here we go.
Thank you, Nuria. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everybody on this Thursday with NoMAA with Lee Burgos, which is powered by Cañave Cocina, Latin fusion cuisine at 4716 Broadway and Arden Street, 2 blocks south of Dykeman Street. When Mother Nature cooperates, they are open Monday through Friday, 3 to 11, and Saturday, Sunday, they open at 2 p.m. You can see their menu and all of the 411 on Cañave on Instagram, cañave.nyc, that's CANAVE.NYC. Our thanks to Cañave for powering tonight's Thursdays with NoMAA and Lee Burgos. Nuria?
Thank you so much, Martin, and we're so happy to promote Cañave. And good evening to all of you. My name is Nidia Leiva Gutierrez, and I am Acting Executive Director of the Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance. And as Martin mentioned, our plan tonight was to bring our artists to you live from Cañave Cocina and Bar. But as Mother Nature, COVID, 2020, and life right now in general have indicated, we can't really plan for anything with certainty. And that's okay. But what this time has also revealed is that we are resilient, we are adaptable, and as long as we can count ourselves healthy and present, we are good. And so tonight, we are going to proceed as planned. While Lee Burgos, our brilliant performer tonight, will be home instead of at Cañave, as we originally planned, we're going to move along as if, right? And if anyone can expertly do this, it's Lee Burgos, so we have no doubt. And so tonight, as always, and this is what we seek to do weekly, is that we will bring you a program that both highlights our artist's talents and gives you a glimpse into the artist herself, her biography, her inspirations, her intellectual and creative influence, and her personal trajectory. And that truly is the treat that we have in store for tonight. And since we have revolved our evening around Lee Burgos' set, we are going to do the same. So I will turn the mic over to her tonight. She will introduce her music, and then we'll pause and we'll chat and we'll listen and we'll get to know her and we'll get to know a lot about her extraordinary artistic output. And then, as always, we will have time for all of you to ask questions and to make comments. So please deposit those into our chat room. And I'm just so eager to get started. So without further ado, I present to you the remarkable Lee Burgos. Lee, it's all yours.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be here. So thank you so much. We're going to start with this beautiful song. It was the first one that I've recorded in English, and it's called Feel So Lost. It has become one of my main songs, and it's just became and has a life of its own now. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of the story. So just listen to this beauty. longing. The reasons that caused our separation. And now I feel so lost. And now I realize that you're gone. I hurt you so much, but it's changed you. I was in a world of full neglection. And how made me do all those things to you. And now it's been up and you have left me. Yeah, boys. And now I feel so lost. And now I realize that you're gone. And now I feel so lost. And now I realize that you're gone. Ha. One winters is what you gave me. A cold summer is now what I have. The people that hurt us and hurt people that love us. I hurt you, it's my fault that we didn't last. I was just a girl trying to fight the world. Only reason I have won, but because you were my armor. Now in the past I dwell, thinking as a tear fell on how you became my instant karma. And now I feel so
Oh, so great. Thank you so much. It's so nice. It's so nice to hear live music. And, you know, one of the things that I'm always so interested in is this sort of, you know, this bilingual approach that you have to your music. Right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that experience and how you experience music and sound and words drawing from your different cultural experiences, because I mean I think that you know, that added dimension is something that really distinguishes you. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, what can I say? Wow, I think that's the beauty, you know, that's the beauty of coming from Dominican Republic when you're so little and growing up in Washington Heights, you know, and being exposed to so much. As in school, you're being taught English, and then once you get home, it's like Spanish all the way. But I think that's something that it defines us, no matter from where you're coming from to this, you know, to this country. It definitely finds you. And also when it comes to music, it's the same thing, you know, meeting people from all over, even my musicians. Look, I'm here with Lefty Lee, he's from New York. Henry's from Dominican Republic. Some of my other musicians are from Puerto Rico, some from Colombia. So it's so much that you get to absorb, and I think it has defined me as an artist, and why it shouldn't, you know? So yeah, I really take good pride on that, on the fact that I'm able to get to know people from all over and absorb little things here and there when it comes to rhythm, when it comes to languages, or the colloquial language that you get sometimes, you know? So yeah, it's something that I love, and I really take pride. Even on my Spanglish sometimes when I'm performing, I'm like, you know what? I came to agree and say, I am proud, and I'll embrace it. You know, this is who I am.
Sure, it's almost like you're trilingual, right? And I think you know we occupy that space, right? And
Yeah.
it's interesting too because you know, sometimes you have expression, you know, my husband sometimes says to me, you know, you speak to me in Spanish when you're aggravated. And you know,
Yeah.
sort of, you know, it's sort of you draw from different languages based on
Yeah.
your emotions. What is that
Yes.
experience like as a singer-songwriter, right? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, in a way, there's a wealth there, right?
Yes,
To
it
draw
is.
from. So
Yes, it is.
how do you find that you negotiate that?
I don't know. I always say I'm such an old soul I feel like I have an old soul. You know, growing up, I was surrounded, my family's very musically rich when it comes to either listening to different rhythms. Also, whoever doesn't sing dances or plays an instrument. So I have this old soul that no matter if I'm, let's say, singing either English nor Spanish, it's still the same passion. You know, me evoking emotions is something that I really love to do. And I think it's very important when it comes to even songwriting, you know, try to make sure that that's how you want to connect with people. And it works really well for me. So yeah, it's exciting.
Nice. It's like it's a richness, right?
Yes.
So what are you going to sing for us next? So what
Uh,
yeah, what have you got in store for us?
Okay, I'm gonna sing for you all. This is Me Haces Falta. It's one of, let's say, one of my main Spanish songs. You have heard it, maybe you guys haven't heard it, but it was heard quite a lot in the radio, especially in Dominican Republic, and we're all over. We're on Pandora radio, and it's growing and growing on Spotify and YouTube. So this is Me Haces Falta. And that's the beauty of music. You know, it's not about the language, it's about that feeling. So if you come with me and embrace this with me and listen to this beautiful song, it's called Me Haces Falta. Últimamente no soy la misma. Voy por la calle sin rumbo fijo, casi no duermo, casi no como, me siento sola y por todo lloro. Todos comentan, todo especular. Vivo en los bares, pero nada ayuda. Es que me haces falta, me haces falta. Mira, me haces falta, tú me haces falta. Vivir sin verte, yeah, es un castigo. Ay, me duele, es fuerte. Vuelve conmigo, ven que te espero, te necesito, ven que me muero, ay, que este es tu sitio. Yo trato de olvidarte y tú everyone's gonna talk, you know? But it's all right. Pero nada ayuda, es que me haces falta, tú me haces falta, pero me haces falta, tú me haces falta.
So that deserves some discussion. I miss you so much, right? I miss you so much. I need you. Yeah. So tell us, we're a captive audience.
Well, this song, especially this one was a collaboration I did with another songwriter. His name is Henry Gonzalez. And I remember when he sent me a bit of it, when he had a little bit of the song, he's like, Lee, oh my God, check this out. And that song just hit me, and we went through and we wrote the song together. And it's about how much like this level of passion that you have for this being. It could be a loved one, it could be your mother, it could be anyone that you love so much, and you've tried so hard to forget them, as in not dwell on this sentiment, you know, of sadness or regret. And no matter what you do, that person just doesn't comes out of your head. So that's the story behind this awesome, amazing song. So yeah.
Beautiful. It's so interesting too. I'm always so intrigued by, you know, the bilingual voice, you know, because it's different. It's almost as if you occupy two different spaces, two different voices, two different tones.
That is so true.
It's always fascinating, you know, and in writing and in music and in art, and it's such a, you know, it's as if you have two selves, you know, that you draw from, and that's a very good observation. Yeah, and it is true. That's how it feels. Yeah, I think so too. It's so interesting. So we're gonna do this a little bit differently because Regina asked a question. So I'm gonna bring Joanna in. And so usually we do this in like a different, you know, sort of format, but we're here kind of gonna do this as it happens, because we're all I love it. So Joanna, I think a few questions have shown up in the chat. Do you want to jump in here and ask a few of these questions?
Sure. So my name is Joanna Castro, and I'm the consultant for special projects for NoMAA. So Lee, it's really super wonderful and exciting to have you here. This is the first time that we do this very impromptu program, and just really super excited to have live music. As Nidia mentioned, we don't have that a lot. Regina, who's been a very loyal attendee to our programs, has a question. So Regina, take it away.
Okay, can you hear me?
There you go.
Yes,
we can.
I would like to say thank you to everyone. I look forward to these Thursdays, and thank you, Lee. And I know there's a gentleman in back of you on the piano.
Yes, and I have someone over here, Lefty Lee's right over here on my right as well. So I'll show them to you in a bit, the boys.
If we could ask them a few questions about the music, and if they want to say something.
Of course. Well, this is Henry. He's my director, my musical director over here. And then on this side, we have Lefty Lee. They're the best. They're like the best. You know, I always say it's not only about me. It's like a team effort. So yeah, ask away. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer. Yeah.
So tell us a little about yourselves and your musical experiences with.
They want to ask you guys. This is Lefty over here.
And if I may, Lee, if they can also talk about what it means to them to be working with you.
Exactly. Thank you, Joanna.
Okay, well, my name is Lefty Thompson from Jamaica, Queens. Come from a very, very rich background. Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, LL Cool J, Fubu, a lot of talent, Lucy Liu, and all these other great talents in the arts. Starting with Lee, this is a great experience. I started working with Lee last year.
Yeah.
It's actually been, it's officially a year now.
Oh my God, yes.
It's officially a
Oh
year.
wow, it's official. It's a year working together. Yay!
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
This experience has been great, actually, because even though I don't really speak Spanish, I feel the music. I think it's more of a spiritual connection than anything else. That's just what it is. God has always just blessed me with good people that were very spiritually in tune. You know, from Debbie Harry, from Gavin DeGraw, Nick and Val Ashford, Ashford and Simpson, and the list goes on and on. Been doing this for many, many years, working with people in the industry, different record labels and bands, and also in my own special way, and didn't realize it until like later on when I had a moment to myself. I was doing a lot of artist development. So when I came on board, this project was like, oh wow, this is the next thing. And you know, my dad hung out with a lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, beautiful people, and I'm just glad to actually be a part of this project. So the list goes on and on. I mean, it's endless. So I hope I answered your question.
He's the best. I love him so much.
Here you go.
Okay. I'm gonna pass it to Henry now. Okay, guys?
Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, to me, this is a great experience because we started with Lee like 5 years ago in the high school. Well, you know, that was interesting because we take the classic Spanish music, fusion with for Motown sounds, top 40 music, and that was a hit because the people related with the old song with the new arrangement, and people love it. And we take the project to another level to start to do our original stuff, original music, and that's all for now.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for asking the boys. I like that's one of the main things that I love about my team. You know, I always say my team has to be all good vibes. You know, people that wants to work hard and you know, get to the levels that we want to get to. You know, Lefty, as he said, he comes with this big background and wow, a lot in there. So that I really take pride in that. I have so much respect for each of them. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great starting question. So if I don't know in terms of maneuvering, if we could see maybe the musicians a little bit closer. I know, you know, this was very impromptu. I think just the fact that it's a team.
Yeah.
With your beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Just to get a sense of that live music and see the movement as we hear your voice. Our next question is from one of our favorite Inwood natives, Martin Collins. Martin, take it away.
Martin, love you, Martin.
Hey, I love you too. A question. I've heard you sing so many times through the years. Who are your greatest musical influences?
Oh my! As I was telling, as I was saying before, it's so much, you know. And I as I said, my family, it's super musically rich, and I remember growing up listening to these classic artists as Camilo Sesto when it comes to the Spanish. Marque Camilo Sesto, Ricardo Montaner. When it comes to the English part, it's from Lauryn Hill to Aretha Franklin. One of my biggest inspirations in music, it's the Italian singer-songwriter Laura Pausini. It's someone that I very look up to. She's had an amazing career, super respected, and has maintained herself and her music throughout the years. No matter how, you know how music is, it has changed so much and it always keeps on changing, but she maintains her musical background and her throughout the years. So that's somebody that I really, really look up to have a career just like as inspiring as she has. So yeah.
If I may, Lee, continuing with Martin's question, can you walk us through your creative process, how a song becomes a song?
Wow, how a song becomes a song. It's so many different, how can I say, like every time or most of the time is usually different. Sometimes I have this melody in my head, like these tunes in my head, and I sit down with Henry. Henry's like my right or left side of my cerebro, of my brain. So every time I have an idea, I'm like, Henry, oh my God, listen to this. And maybe we could start a song just by listening to that melody, you know, that tune. Or sometimes I'm feeling such a way, and I start writing depending on how I feel, like how am I feeling at that time. And then we start from writing the song, and then we get together and create a melody for it. So it always changes a bit. It always changes, and that's the beauty of it. So it never gets boring or like, oh, you know, so it's always different.
How has what's going on now, and I know this is a little bit of a loaded question, influenced your creative process, and the long winter and not being able to go out, and now that fall is coming in, how is that creative process gonna change maybe, and partly because of the weather?
Yeah. You know that I always have these deep conversations, especially with Lefty over here. We always have the deepest conversations all the time we get together, you know? And one of the things that we've been talking about lately is how all this we've been through, right? In the past few months. Like some people were like, even myself at the beginning, it was a little shocking. This is new for everyone. You know, you need to be in your house. What's going to happen with the industry? The industry has suffered so much. But in a way, it has paused me to look at the big picture and the situation, you know, to actually think of the things that I want for the project, for myself as an individual, not just a singer-songwriter, you know, but it has actually made me stronger and even excited for what's to come, you know, because it has given me a chance to mature any ideas, to mature it, any plans that we had that were able to happen. We were supposed to go on tour and it didn't happen, but it has, I think it has made me stronger in every level when it comes to actually organizing it and having more time to actually make things hopefully better. But I think everything happens for a reason, and I'm just, to be honest, I'm actually looking forward to what's to come, you know, to what's to come. Yeah. So it has changed so much, everything. But I see it as it's giving me more of a chance to actually gather with the team and makes us stronger, and, you know, for us to be ready to what's to come. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Lee. I believe Nydia has more questions and comments.
Thank you so much. You know, it's you have an extraordinary generosity of spirit. And so we would like to hear a little bit more from you. I know you have something in store for us.
Yes, I do.
So if you could share that, I think we would all be really excited to hear. What's next?
Okay, now we have, Henry, ¿nos vamos con el último tema o hagamos tú primero? Por si acaso. Okay, we're gonna do Travesura. Travesura, it's the title of my latest single. Wow, Travesura. It's a very interesting song. And the beauty of it is that we released it in one of the biggest screens in Times Square in March before the pandemic hit. So that was like a big, it was like the way we were going to start the whole thing, touring and the whole situation, but then everything had to stop. But here's a little bit of Travesura. Travesura is, it's about how you made me feel when we danced together. Let's do it, boys. Si tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo, si tú me pones cuando yo bailo, báilame despacio, suavemente. Dispárame de frente que quiero saber cómo se siente el caliente de tus besos. Cuando tú me bailas, sí, aumenta mi temperatura, pero qué locura. Yo sé que has tenido varias novelas, baby, pero como yo ninguna, como yo ninguna, como yo ninguna. Baby, tú me llevas a la luna. Báilame pegado sin censura, qué ricura. Esta noche no vamos en travesura, como yo ninguna. Baby, tú me llevas a la luna. Báilame pegado sin censura, qué ricura. Esta noche no vamos en travesura. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo. No te quiero como amigo. Esta noche amanecemos bailando, baby. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo. No te quiero como amigo. Esta noche amanecemos bailando, baby. Move your body with me. Move your body with me. Move your body, baby. Bésame despacio, bien lento. Yo no tengo miedo, tú sabes lo que quiero. He estado toda la noche pendiente de ti. Desde que te vi, me enamoré de ti. Cuando tú me bailas, sí, siento que pierde sentido. Casi un desvío. Cuando tú me bailas, sí, siento tu cuerpo y el mío. Sabes lo que digo, como yo ninguna. Baby, yo te llevo hasta la luna. Bailando y pegado sin censura, qué ricura. Esta noche no vamos en travesura, como yo ninguna. Baby, yo te llevo hasta la luna. Bailame pegado sin censura, qué ricura. Esta noche no vamos en travesura. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo. No te quiero como amigo. Esta noche amanecemos bailando, baby. Así tú me pones cuando yo bailo contigo. No te quiero como amigo. Esta noche amanecemos bailando, baby. Move your body with me. Move your body with me. Move your body, baby. Muchas gracias.
So
They
how
wrote
do you,
great rhythm.
yeah,
Thank you.
how do you translate that bilingualism there?
How do I what?
How do you translate those pieces? How do you translate that? The essence of that song.
The essence of the song. How do I translate it? I don't know how to answer that question. As in the language wise, I don't know. ¿Cómo yo traslado eso, Henry? It's like, oh my God, how you made me feel when we danced together, you know? It's that sensuality behind. It's a very sensual song. You know, that's the correct word for it. It's super sensual. It's the beauty of romance, you know, that beauty of romance when you're romantically passionate about someone and you're able to see that person in front of you and you could just see them move slowly and you see the beauty in it and how it makes you feel. So yeah.
We're all about beauty, passion, and movement, right?
Yes.
This is our thing.
Yeah.
So we have I think you have a couple of more songs for us tonight, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, so what? Yes, I hear it's on your movement, body language, just sexy, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
It's what's conveyed. It's hard to encapsulate, right?
Nidia, if I can jump in, a quick question. Lee, there's a video for this song. Did you visualize what the video was going to look like? And can you talk about the creative process for a video versus a song and how they marry each other?
It's well, what a very good question. When we were developing the idea for this song, for Travesura, I pictured when it came to the song, as I explained it, translated, the sensuality, the beauty in that dancing has. Just looking at it from that perspective, as it's something as art, as artistic. And I have this amazing friend, one of my best friends, her name is Liliana Hiches. She's one of the most talented Dominican international dancers around, that she's been performing with so many amazing Latin Grammy award winners around the world. So I spoke to her, I was like, I have this idea for my song. And she's like, I need to be in that video, Lee. I need to be in the video. I need to dance to the song because I'm in love. So she felt also in love with it. And when I hear Travesura, it brings me happiness. It gives me sensuality. It gives me colors. It gives me so much. So we went to, I remember going with the team to Bushwick in Brooklyn. And we were like, oh, we need to go there because it's so artistically, like I went the other day, like a week before, and I was like, oh my God, I could see Liana over here in this wall, or dancing over here in the middle of the street, and give people a little bit sense of what is New York, or, and its beauty and its artistic beauty when it came to the murals and all that stuff. So we went there. It was a rainy, cold day, and that poor thing was dancing her butt off. And I was like, oh my God, we need to, when we had breaks, I had to go in and cover her. I'm like, are you okay? Are you doing? She's like, no, I'm fine. So it's so much that goes behind it. But the most important thing when it comes to creating and developing a video, it's the team. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. Everybody's just like super synced to the results, so that we want the same results. So we go in and we did it in a day. We did it, and it was amazing. And it's doing really, really well on YouTube. Like como cuánto views tiene, Henry? Yeah, it's like 150,000 views. It's this is good. This is good. This is good. So yeah, it's all about a team effort. Because us creatives, we have so many ideas. We have ideas over here. We have ideas over there. And when you meet with, let's see, Lefty, even Felix, my manager, Henry, we gather up together. We're like, okay, Lee, calm down. We need to get these ideas structured. And that's where they all come in. And, and that's where the team effort comes in. So if that answer, your question. It's the same thing when a song, when we already have the idea, we develop it at home. Usually we develop it at home, like the main things, the basic things, and then we go in the studio in East 4. We have an amazing studio called Cutting Rooms. So, that's where I record most of my songs, and then we go in there, and it's just beautiful. But yeah, it's a team effort. It's a team effort.
Yeah. That's great. And travesura is such an interesting, word because it's applied in so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
Un niño travieso,
Yes.
It's such an interesting word in that way, and has so many different meanings that it gives dimension to that. So I think you have something else for us. So
yeah, that I would love to sing for you guys. There was this concert I did here in New York City. It was called, we named it Lee Burgos Live Unplugged concert. And in that concert, I remember that we We sang my songs, my hits, and we also grabbed some of my inspiration, people that I really look up to. And we were like, you know what, let's also include a couple of those people that I really look up to. And one of them is Aretha Franklin, and this is Natural Woman.
Oh,
Hope
good.
you like it.
Here we go.
Yes. Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so inspired. When I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. But you're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. Oh, I didn't know just what was wrong with me, till you kissed me and named it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Ooh, baby, what you do to me, yeah. You make me feel so good inside. And I just wanna be so close to you. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Yeah. You make me feel, baby. You make me feel, darling, like a natural woman. Like a natural woman. Like a natural woman. You make me feel, you make me feel. You make me feel, baby, like a natural woman. Yeah.
That was good. That was nice. All right, that was great.
Thank you.
Oh, that was just, I feel like we needed that tonight. So
Good. Good.
So I know you have one more song for us.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
So
do.
I'd love for you to sing it, and then I think we've got maybe Joanna has a few more questions that she wants to ask of you. Then we'll move to rapid fire, but we want to hear you again. I almost want to hear that again, but you've got another song, so tell us a little bit about what's next.
Okay. Tu. This song,
Yes.
wow, it's called Tu, You.
Love it. I love this
It's
one.
such a, it's like, how I call it, amor prohibido. That's like that for forbidden love. You know, it's about forbidden love. Things you want and then you can't have. Because if you do, you could get in trouble, you know?
So good.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So it's
Let's
based
hear
on
it.
that forbidden love. So
Love
this
it.
is Tú.
Here we go. Love it.
Is that person came in just now to a room and this feeling develops, you know? You're between friends and all. And then the next day and the day after, you just can't take this person out of your mind. You're like, who was that? You know, what was that about? And so on and so on. So just feel with me, okay? Apenas te conozco y estás tú. Si tu mirada hablara que condena. If you look the way you look at me, tú. Apenas te conozco y estás tú. Yo trato de olvidarte y no puedo. Estoy tan pendiente de ti. No puedo disimular. Cerca no es suficiente amor. Caí profundo en ti y me toca fingir. Yeah. Estoy tan pendiente a ti y aunque tenga que ocultarlo, cada vez estás más cerca. Y yo, deseando tenerte, mira que lo estoy pensando. Tú, dime qué me hiciste, ay, dime tú. Mira que me estás, mira tú. Que todavía no te tengo y ya te creo de menos. Estoy dispuesta a cruzar la línea por tus besos. Estoy tan pendiente a ti. No puedo disimular. Tu cerca no es suficiente amor. Caí profundo en ti y me toca fingir. Yeah. Estoy tan pendiente a ti y aunque tenga que ocultarlo, cada vez estás más cerca. Y yo, deseando tenerte, mira que lo estoy pensando. Yeah. Dime que me hiciste, yeah. Mira que me sabía y mira. Todavía no te tengo y ya te echo de menos. Estoy tan pendiente de ti. Estoy tan pendiente.
I love that. Oh, the fact that you can, go between languages and evoke all of those emotions and is such a testament to you. But it doesn't surprise me because, in our it doesn't. In our conversations, your generosity of spirit, your energy, who you are is so translated into your work, and you just feel it, the authenticity, of your sound is really, you know,
Thank
we
you.
benefit so much of that. It's also why I'm so happy we can talk to you and hear from you, because it all meshes, you know. It's just, it's part of the package, and that truly is such a treat for us tonight. So we are so grateful for that, because
No, thank you guys.
it's just wonderful.
Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad you feel that way. That's my main, you know, like that's my main focus every time I'm standing like in front of a mic. That's the main. Yes, so thank you for saying that.
It is what is transmitted. It's what we all get, and it's the beauty of what you do. So, you know, yes, yes, and yes. Like we feel that, and that's really extraordinary. So we feel such, you know, it's an honor to have you here. I think Joanna has one more question.
All right.
In the chat. Joanna, do you want to take this?
Sure. So actually, I'm going to combine.
Love your questions, Joanna. Love them all. All of you. All the questions you've asked, guys, are amazing. I love it.
Thank you. I'm known for asking a lot of questions. Hopefully they make sense.
They do.
So this is like a two-part question. So we were, throughout this evening, we were trying to get to know your creative process, how you work, how you visualize. To that point as well, what are your inspirations, whether you're at home, on the subway, in a car? I say this because Regina has another question. We are very lucky and fortunate that the folks who attend the programs are very observant, and they look at even the what we might see like a small detail, but yet it has a lot to say. So Regina, if you want to ask your question.
Sure. In my retirement, I am a volunteer art curator, and I noticed, Lee, in back of you is a beautiful painting. I wonder, was it painted by Gilberto Penzo from the neighborhood?
Wow. Wow. Horacio. Horacio, they're asking me a question in regards to this over here, to this. Esta pintura que tú tienes aquí, me dice que si fue by who? If it was by who?
Gilberto Penzo.
Fue pintada por Penzo. No,
I put that in an art gallery.
¿Dónde? Aquí in New York City?
No, in Santo Domingo.
Oh, he said he got it from Dominican Republic in an art gallery, and the last name is Polanco.
Polanco?
Yeah, this is one of my good friends, Horacio. He's into art, and he has so many beautiful things in here that it's incredible. But yeah, the last name is Polanco. He got it at an art gallery in Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Regina,
that, for
that question.
That, yeah.
And again, to that point, Lee, what inspires you day to day? Does a sunny day inspire you as much as a rainy day? How did you come up with your last song, for example?
Well, it does. When it comes to that creative process, yes, a sunny day will inspire me the same way as a gray day or a rainy day would. Even the stories behind my friends, you know, my friends are, oh God, like I hear so many things, and they're actually big inspirations when it comes to me and my songwriting. The things that they experience and the things that I overhear. You see that what you say about people in the program, right? That they're very observant with little things like that. I don't know if this may sound interesting or not, but I'm a people watcher. I like to watch people's behaviors, and even the little things, you know, inspires me a lot. Even a mother and a child just walking together, you know, like the minimum things. But yes, they do. Everything it's inspiring. Why not? When it comes to songwriting, yes, it is. Yeah.
Thank you, Lise. I think this wraps up the Q&A, and now back to Nidia.
Okay.
Thank you, Joanna, so much for those really insightful questions. And again, Lee, I want to thank you for your generosity. And truly, it shows.
Had a great time. You guys are amazing. I love this so much. The concept behind everything, the personal, the questions. It's just super rich. So I think I'm going to start tuning in more to this
good.
on Thursdays.
We want you to.
Yeah.
Also, I have to say, you know, one of the things, and I think we can all speak to this. You know, you came to this just, you know, open and willing and just, you know, such a partner and so collaborative and truly that, you know, we couldn't be more honored and thrilled that that's how you came to this. And so truly for us, it's been extraordinary. We want to close out with our rapid fire questions. So yeah, we're going to do that. And initially, Martin was going to be with you on site.
Yes.
I know. But
Sorry,
you know
Martin.
what? It's 2020. We're going to roll with the
this is it.
This is what we got. Now we're good. So I'm going to ask a question. Martin's going to ask a question. We're going to volley back and forth.
Okay.
And, you know, you'll answer whatever kind of, you know, floats your boat, however you're feeling tonight.
I think I'm ready.
Good. All right. I think you are too. So here's my first question. What is your idea of perfect happiness?
My idea of perfect happiness? Just peace, mental peace.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
I can get on board with that. All right.
Mental peace. That's,
I love that. That's a good one, right? Just feeling like a little bit not having to
at peace.
Right? Okay.
It's not about money. It's not about, it's just having that peaceful mindset, mentality of everything, it's okay, you know?
That's nice.
That segues beautifully into our next question.
You're up. Yeah.
Lee, what is your favorite place, uptown or in New York City?
Ooh, what's my favorite place in uptown? I'll go with uptown because, you know, that's where I grew up. Oh, one of my favorite place? Wow. You know that Henry Gonzalez venues there are awesome? I love it. Whichever I go, it's either Timarin or it's even Cañave or Tilila. They all have different atmospheres, but they're all where I feel at home. You know, it's so lovely. So yeah, I'll say one of Henry's. And this is not promoting just for promotion. I really mean this, okay? I love it. I love it.
All right, that's a good one. All right, this might be a little bit, I'm interested in hearing this. And I feel like, you know, this is kind of an interesting question. And it might take a minute, but what is on your ideal playlist?
What's on my ideal playlist? Ooh, like my spectrum when it comes to music, it's insane. That's you know, I will go... My ideal playlist, well, if I could just show you, my phone is in here. I will show you what I have. Like I could go from those soft, I'm into right now, I'm listening to a lot of 80s, that 80s song, because I think it's super inspiring when it comes to my music. You know, I always try to bring that sound to each and every song that we create. So, wow, it's just crazy. It goes from one thing to another like that. My friends are like, Lee, are you okay? But yes, yeah.
What is it about the 80s? So, you know,
I'm intrigued. The style, how people dress, the colors, the vibe, the synths on music, that synthesizer sound that I love. It's so much. I don't know, and I didn't get to see it, so I just saw it in videos and stuff like that. But I love it. I love it.
I got to see it, and I will tell you. The 80s, I did.
I mean, I didn't get to live it. That's what I mean, yeah.
But I have to tell you, the 80s are so interesting. My son's in high school, and they've done electives like the amazing 80s, and you know, and it's a fascinating time in a way. It's kind of like this generation is picking up on the unfinished parts of the 80s. Right?
Yes.
It's like the 80s started all kinds of things and they were trying to do, and then it just kind of like fell flat. But this generation is kind of like going, oh, that was cool. Oh, that was kind of, and there's something sort of interesting about
That is true.
right? The recovery of the 80s. I'm on
Even
board
in
with that.
clothing, not just in music, but in clothing, you're like, what is that about? They go with the 80s and early 90s, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I love it.
I'm on board with that. All right, Martin, what have you got?
Lee, yes, looking ahead now, what are you looking forward to most post-COVID?
Post-COVID, touring, big concerts, the crowd, that whole thing. I feed off of people's energy so much. That's something that I'm super passionate about, and that's one of the main things that I love about, singing. It's that I get when I hear people just enjoying my songs or singing them, or I'm looking forward to going on tour with the boys. So yeah.
Great. That's great.
So I'm going to call this the Liz Ritter question. I know she's here because, we had, she sort of set the tone here. So you have a dinner party.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And you've got 3 guests, dead or alive, real or fiction. Who are they and what's on the menu?
Whoa, 3, dead or alive. Who are they? What's on the menu?
Yeah,
Dinner party.
Who are you
I
inviting?
would love to talk to Nina Simone. Definitely, tell me a little bit about the story. I want to know more. She went, you know the story about Nina Simone. It's incredible. Definitely, I want to go back and talk to Whitney Houston. We have some things, some vocal, any vocals, how do you call it? Things that she could tell me, because I think she was an amazing interpreter, Who else? Dead or alive? I would love to meet one of my favorite of all time in Spanish music is Ricardo Montaner. I don't know what it is, but since I was like 5 years old, which is insane, my neighbor would be like, Lee, Ricardo Montaner is on the radio, and I already knew who that was then, so that's very interesting. And I would love to, ask him about his composition skills and the way he writes songs and make music. What's on the menu? I will say everything. I think Ricardo Montaner is Venezuelan. Él es venezolano. Yeah, I think so. I think he is, but yeah, Chileno. Okay, but I'll say anything from the culture. I want to try their food, each of their foods, and bring it all. I'm a big, when it comes to food, I love trying new things. So yeah.
So I'm gonna add a 4th person because I'd like to be there. So. Anyway, that's for it. All right. So those are great. So thank you so much for this. I'm gonna I'm gonna turn this over to Martin, who I think has a few sort of announcements to make. Is gonna wrap this up tonight.
Okay.
But I have to say, I think Liz also wants to join the dinner. So now we have like a full dinner party. Which
it's
is
a celebration.
We're gonna have a celebration. It's gonna be a feast now. So that's good. So we would love to do that. I truly I want to say again, and I said this to you before, and I said this at the top of the hour. Again, your energy and your generosity of spirit and your talent and your collaborative spirit really have just been wonderful, and your willingness to just sort of see where this goes has been great. This has been different for us tonight, and we welcome it and we embrace it, and you were the perfect person to set this tone, so we're glad.
I'm glad. Thank you, all of you,
so much for this tonight. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Martin, who I think is going to close out our night.
Okay.
And Martin, do you want to take this on?
Yes, thank you, Neria. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening. Our executive coordinator, Michelle Orsi-Gordon, is going to flash up a 3-question survey on your screen, and we would appreciate your feedback on tonight's program. There is only 20 days left to complete your census. If you haven't done so or know someone who has not, please complete your census at my2020census.gov. We invite everyone to read the Northern Manhattan Arts Alliance newsletter for upcoming events, exhibitions, arts opportunities, and much more. on our website at nomanyc.org. That's NOMAA-NYC.org. We invite you all to join us next Thursday, September 17th at 7:30 for Grammy-winning saxophonist Wayne Escoffery, powered by Scion Cafe on St. Nicholas Avenue and West 148th Street. Delicious Ethiopian cuisine. ScionCafe.com for more on our sponsor next week. And for a glimpse into Wayne Escoffery's music, please visit his website, Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E, Escoffery, ESCOFFERY.com. That's 7:30 p.m. next Thursday, September 17th. We thank you all for joining us this evening. Wish everyone a great weekend.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Wish you a wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Good night.